G'day guys, welcome back to Beach and Fishing. Paul here with you again, and Beach and Fishing, my site and channel aimed at everything to do with the world of fishing, camping, beach, outdoors and so on. And today I'm going to run you through, I'm not outdoors, we haven't been camping for a while, but I just wanted to run you through the 6 must-have items that I believe you need for camping. So if you're someone who thinks, yep, I'd like to start getting into camping, these are the 6 things that I believe you need to take with you. So let's start with the main things. I mean, the necessities of life are shelter, food and water, essentially. I haven't included food and water in this list because I'm assuming that you know that you have to take that anyway. But let's start with shelter. Now, because I'm inside, I've got, this is a little swag that a lot of people sleep in. It's not set up properly because, again, I'm inside. But the little swag, and it opens up there. And inside it's got a little netting and a mattress and light. So that's your basic option. A shelter can be like a tarpaulin over a tree, or obviously you get into the big family dome tents, or even a caravan and RV, I guess, if you want to go that far. But obviously the first thing you need is shelter. You want somewhere where you can retire to at night or in a day if you need a nap, that has insect protection, has some covering in case it gets wet, so on and so forth. So your first one's shelter, and along those lines then you need bedding. Now, trust me, there's nothing worse than camping, and what ruins camping for a lot of people is the fact that you can't get that good night's sleep. So this little swag in here, it has a little mattress in it. So you can see that little mattress, hopefully you can see that little mattress there. So you can go anywhere from a little mattress like that, a little single person mattress, or my son and I fit in that swag quite easily, I will say, my 9-year-old. So they, you got your mattress there, everything up into a full-on air mattress. So this is a double height, queen size air mattress. It's got little baffles in there for extra support. It's got a couple of different valve options on the front there, you can see that in the camera. These also come up to the point where they've got little electrical motors in, and you just plug them in the power point and they blow up themselves. As I say, this is a double one. You've got the single option there, which would only go to, so that part there would be your single option, but that's your second option there. So you need some good shelter and you need some bedding. If you got those two, plus your food and water, you're a lot of the way there. Now that swag doesn't fold down too low, but it does have handles. You can get little 2-man tents that fold up to about that big, and you can get little air mattresses or little. They're actually sleeping pads that go out to about that wide. I don't know if you can see that width in the camera there. They go out to about that width, but they also fold right up. So even if you're going hiking and you're going to camp overnight, your shelter and bedding are important. From there, get that out of the way. From there, we're then talking about warmth. Now this is a sleeping bag. So if I want to keep warm, I would throw that into my little swag. If I want to put a pillow, I can put the pillow in there as well. Throw that into the swag, and I've got some warmth with my swag there. But sleeping bag, a blanket, anything like that to keep you warm. This is a summer one. It actually opens all the way up and becomes like a comforter. Or you can get up to the really thick winter ones that zip up the front with hoods and the like as well. Again, the colder the weather, the more warmth you want. So if you wanted a winter one, they zip up the front, they have little hoods on them and the like, and if you're going in winter, look for anything that's rated 0 degrees or lower. In summer, this one's rated from that's Celsius, by the way. Or in summer, you're looking for something that's rated to start rating about 10 or 12 degrees Celsius, which, again, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but you can look that up. So shelter, bedding, warmth is your next one. And the next one is a light. This here, simple light. It's run by some double D batteries, or D-size batteries that go in here. We put batteries in this. This is great, just sits in, it's got a little handle on there, just sits inside the tent. A little torch. To be honest, most cell phones, mobile phones have little torches on them these days anyway, so if you've got that with you, then you're going to be pretty much okay. But you do need some light for at night, just because it's so much easier to do everything. Even if you're trying to get your bed set up, or you're trying to cook some dinner, or you're trying to just pour yourself a drink, or whatever you're trying to do, then a light is your critical aspect from there. So again, shelter, bedding, warmth, light. And the next one's tools. Now I've probably put from here, like the next, I've got tools and safety. So tools is, I'll go through in a second. Safety is your first aid kit, some bandages, water, some aspirin, all that sort of stuff. Just put that into a little bag or container. Take that with you, even if you fold it into your swag. If you're taking swag, or fold it, throw it in the bottom of your sleeping bag or whatever. Just have that safety elements, because you are out. You do tend to be out in the wilderness, and what we call out in the bush, or even down the beach. There's sharp branches, sharp shelves. There's people throwing bottles out there. There's all sorts of stuff you can injure yourself on. If you're walking, you can twist your ankle or whatever. So just take some safety elements with you. And then the sixth must-have is a I probably need to do another post on all the tools you need for camping, but tools. The things that, if you're going to narrow it down, you need a chair. A good camp chair is priceless. This one has a little drink thing on it there. It's got a little cooler bag here. It's got a bottle opener on it somewhere, unless it's been snapped off. It did have a bottle opener on it, not anymore. But a chair, you'll need a cooler, or an esky, we call them. A good, solid, well-insulated esky or cooler with some clips. You want clips on it because A, it keeps things cooler, and B, it can stop animals getting in there. Make sure it's got good hinges on the back. And preferably, once you open up the seals, make sure it's got some latches. Make sure it's got a good seal up the top there as well to keep everything nice and cool. So a good little cooler or esky would not go astray when you're camping. And other tools I would strongly recommend is a little hammer and a little tomahawk or axe, especially if you're lighting fires, if you're somewhere where you're allowed to take wood from the local area. If you're in national parks over here, I don't know about in the US or Europe, but in Australia, if you're in a national park, you can't take the wood anyway, although most people do. But you need a little tomahawk, a little hammer. Tomahawks you can turn around and make them into a hammer anyway. So there's so many things you can take. Thinking about the other stuff we've got little fold-out pantries, we've got fold-out tables and fold-out picnic table and chairs. I've got a 12-volt battery freezer that runs. We've got other tables, we've got a gazebo, we've got LCD strip lights, all those sort of things are extra things. And as I say, I'll do another post on all those extra things that you can take camping with you. But based on the fact that if you are, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you're looking to go camping and you just want to start with the basics, get yourself some shelter, i.e. a tent, some bedding, or the little mattress in there. You'll need some warmth, which will be your sleeping bag or your blanket or the light. You'll want a light, so you can see at night. Basic tools would be a hammer and a tomahawk, a cooler and a chair. But there's so much other stuff you can do, and take some safety equipment with you as well. So a first aid kit, a couple of bandages, sunscreen hat, all the usual there as well. That's it guys, that's my 6 must-have items for camping. Hope that was helpful for you. If you're watching within YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel below, either in the post or in the YouTube. Comment below, tell me of anything that you take which is an absolute must-have. I've mentioned a few other things which are all the nice-to-haves. These are the must-haves as far as I'm concerned. If you've got anything else, must-have. A lighter and matches would be another thing in the tool section there, so you can start a fire if need be. Comment below, we'd love to hear from you, love to dissect what it is that you believe you need to take camping. That's it guys, have fun, happy camping, chat to you soon, bye.